early.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. We'll definitely see and find out. Oh, let me turn this down. Oh yeah, thank God. All right, cool. Caught that. All right, we are good. Oh man, and we are good to go. All right, yo, what's good, everybody? We are back. We got a lot to talk about. I swear, what was it? Last week was nowhere compared to this craziness.
We got in and out quickly. There wasn't a lot. And
now we have a full show. We're going to talk about a lot that went on this past week, and I think it's crazy because the Spurs are on.
De'Aaron Fox.
So, is he cleared to play?
He had his warm-up suit on.
Okay.
He was shooting around there.
Oh,
yeah,
there you go.
I guess, yeah.
Okay.
I guess we're good.
Because I did see that Zach LaVine, he was cleared, I think, today or tomorrow as well.
I don't think he's starting tonight.
Right.
I think it's tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Life definitely happens fast.
Yeah.
Myles, is there an option for I don't know?
Sorry, buddy.
Sorry, buddy, you got to pick one. Yeah. I mean, I probably should have, but we'll get into it in a little bit. And DE said, heck no, Ronnie, looking like Tony Hawk's dad over here.
Damn.
And Myles said, evening, fellas, from the comfort of my couch while I quarantine. That brother got the ick.
Oh.
Yeah, he got the suds.
He got the suds, no doubt about it. Damn, I'm sorry to hear that.
It's crazy, too, because my other gym bro, he got the suds, too. So.
Really?
I don't know. Is there something going around again?
Is it the same thing that we got?
I think it is. Bro, I hope not. That joint had me out for like 2
Only
weeks.
thing, I've always been told that you have like immunity to it for a while after you get it. So hopefully it's like months and months, and then it goes away.
I hope
I don't want to get it again.
Yeah, I don't want that again, man.
That's not cool.
I don't want that again. But yo, appreciate y'all tuning in. And honestly, let's get right into things. And my question of the day was the trade between the Lakers and the Mavs a good long-term trade?
For who? Anyone in specific, or just like
actually, I should have went into this, but it's basically like for both teams. Like,
so long term, not for the Mavericks,
mm-hmm.
but long term for the Lakers. Yes.
Okay, so
because the Mavericks, I think, kind of looks like more of a win now, kind of like let's get
versus the Lakers, like longevity.
The Lakers have a plan in place now for when LeBron retires. They still have a face of the franchise.
Right.
Hopefully, he resigns there for their sake. But
I know Myles was teed up right now.
Is he mad? Are you mad?
Oh, that brother was.
I don't know how I would feel about it. I don't think I would be like.
So at first, like when it dropped. Because I remember you hit the chat.
Yeah, it was like 1 in the morning. I was like, is anyone up? I need to know.
And I looked at my phone. At first, I was like, bro, we're literally in a simulation. Yeah, this is not right.
Out of body experience. Right. We had got back
of nowhere.
We were helping friends move, and we got back. It was like 12 or 12:30.
Yeah.
And then I was still up. I was kind of wired. And then for some reason, I just looked on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not real. I thought it was, one of those Sentinel accounts, one of the fake ones.
Yeah.
And then I saw Shams tweeted it, and I checked his page. I'm like, that's the real one.
Yo, that's crazy.
Out of body experience. I couldn't even fathom what I was reading.
So DE said, shout out to Dingus Pingus getting dunked on yesterday. That man got posted.
Yeah, he did.
I think I saw it. Or did I?
It might have been AI.
That was not AI.
I don't know.
I did not see that.
I didn't see it live, so we don't know.
Yeah. Well, DE confirms it was. That's tough. And then he also said it was 3 a.m. when he found out.
Oh.
Yeah. Because I saw my phone and I saw the alarm. I was like, damn, all right. And I looked. It was like 80 and Luka. I was like.
Yeah, what? Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
Just crazy.
Out of nowhere trade. And
not even a video game trade because they try to put it through.
Right, and I saw that joint too. Yeah,
they go
not even 2K.
Not even 2K.
Not even 2K.
Hey, so we value Luka too much for this trade. Give us some more.
I'm sitting here like, okay. And so, obviously, let's get into it. We'll start that off. So, as time went on, the trade started to make a lot more sense. I did not realize that the Mavs were like tired of his ish.
I know, and that's what they've been going over. I mean, it's the weight concern.
Yeah.
He did look like he had some cardio issues in the playoffs last year. I think I even said it in the finals. I'm like, this dude's not getting back up and down the floor.
So is it? It's not. I think it's Woj, and it was Game 3 of the finals, and I saw a clip of it how they were down. I think what didn't Boston start 2-0 and they went up 3-0, right? And then it was
Yes,
3-1.
it was 3-0, then 3-1, and then it closed in 5. Yeah.
So Woj basically ripped Luka. He
Mm-hmm.
was saying that because of him arguing with the refs, his
Yeah.
lack of defense. Even though I think in that game he had 27 or 37 points, it
Yeah,
was
he was a detriment to the team for sure. And then
and
Kyrie didn't show up,
right.
so you had neither one of them on a consistent basis.
So he basically laid into him. He ripped him, and he didn't duck nobody that next game because he was around all the execs, all the players,
Yeah.
everything. No one came to his defense.
Yeah.
No one said anything like, "Yo, what you were saying." So that right there was a huge indicator that, I think that's why they've never got over the hump. And we never saw it because we were like, what's holding this team back?
Yeah. It looked really good on paper.
Right.
I mean, they looked like they played well.
Right.
They played well in the playoffs. I think the only thing that I really had a question mark with on this trade was what's the appeal with AD?
So we'll get into that. So DE said there was a reel of a party in Dallas and everyone sounded like they died. I think you sent it to me.
There was people that were, I guess there was some club too, I saw on TikTok, and they like literally stopped the music. Hold on. We have an NBA trade. And they like announced it. Everyone's like, what? Like,
word.
Mind blown. Yeah.
DE said when their reaction was to the trade. Yeah. No, I think you sent me that, and like everybody just like looked like they just like someone died.
Yeah, it was like a funeral. Like, they were putting stuff out in front of Dirk's statue. They were putting the jerseys down and everything. Yeah,
Dallas fans are wild. Yeah. And then Myles also said he was up when the news dropped, and I thought Sham was hacked. That's what Myles said.
Yeah, that's what I did too.
2 ball dominant players who knows how this is gonna work. You know what, Myles? I said that to somebody, and someone said that King James don't ever hold nobody back. I was like, yo, these bronzesexuals.
Oh
these bronzesexuals, bro. It is wild.
Whoa, yeah.
And then DE says, shout out to the Dallas Mavericks false citizens. Facility style cleaning crew for having to take down the memorial for Luka.
They even took down his weird looking, like the picture, like they had the Grant Williams thing on the post.
Really?
Yeah, they already took it down. They got quick on it.
Damn.
They took everything down. Had Luka's face on it.
That is crazy. Yeah. So what was the appeal for AD? So from the reports, it honestly just sounded like they've either had their eye on him or they were just a shot in the dark. And it was just one of those silent talks because we were literally just talking about how did LeBron not know?
Yeah.
That it was after the New York game and then they just went and pulled the trigger.
Yeah. I don't there's no way he didn't know. With AD though, it's not more so like I'm not trying to like downplay AD.
Mm-hmm.
He injury wise, if he was not injured and he was played consistently, I would be like, okay, this is a better trade. But the injuries, there's factors to that. But like also like I feel like Luka's just kind of like dangle him out here and let people come to you.
So DE said the appeal of AD is just straight glass and 31. Apparently his comment that he made that they needed another big probably rubbed them the wrong way.
Yeah.
Because he has not been reliable down the stretch when they needed him.
Mm-hmm.
In some playoff games, he's been injured. He'll fight injury. And then throughout the season, he's readily available and unavailable. So I think overall, when they said that, they looked at everybody. I'm sitting here like, y'all have bigs. Y'all just don't use them.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why you need to go out and get another big when you probably have like 2 bigs on the bench and y'all don't.
Well, because I remember they were talking about Walker Kessler and then Valanciunas earlier this year,
mm-hmm.
and then that kind of died out. And obviously, Valanciunas got shipped. If we can talk about that in a few,
but then I'm like, you have Jackson Hayes who is really good, but y'all just don't use him that well. Yeah. So I'm like,
unless they just don't, he doesn't fit into their scheme. But I'm like, at that point, just get rid of him. I don't know. I mean,
so I think like the talks with both players, it's like, yeah, like secretly, both organizations were already tired. And as to the comment I made earlier with the Mavericks letting go of Brunson, to me, I don't think they paid anybody major since Dirk.
Yeah, it's been that long. Yeah, and I feel like that was more so Mark Cuban because he was indebted to him.
Right.
But since Mark Cuban's taken the roll back, I also don't think Luka gets traded if Mark Cuban's still in charge.
100%. Yeah, he would have stayed.
He loved Luka, so I think he was probably 100%. Pissed about that, but. No, I mean it gets the Mavericks get older. The Lakers have a contingency plan now for when LeBron leaves,
But now Luka's not up for the Supermax. So does he
which also
leave?
could piss him off. And if he gets any inkling he doesn't like it in LA, then he's gonna leave.
Because at first it seemed like a dirty move because they didn't want to pay him, but
Yeah,
then we found out all the other stuff. But now he's ineligible for a Supermax.
which is like what is it? I think it's 120 million less because I think the
Mm-hmm.
max was at 5,380.
Mm-hmm. And then
Yeah.
now AD gave up his little trade.
Mm.
Not trade. It was
Something
it was something extra
trade
to
proof
free up.
broker.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
something to free up more space because since they lost Luka, they were like, "Hey, I'll give this money up so y'all can get somebody else."
yeah. So
So
I saw he did give it that up.
shout out to him. So DE also says shout out to the Puppy Bowl being more entertaining than Super Bowl 59. That's
Damn,
tough.
yeah. Puppy Bowl is pretty good.
That's tough. And then Myles said, I think the Mavs will be good. Long term, it really just depends on the health.
I
That's
don't. I honestly don't think they're all the way done. I think
mm-mm,
they got another move, and
mm-mm.
then
Oh yeah, I think they're
yeah, I
gonna
think they
make.
got another move.
Oh yeah, they got till tomorrow.
And I saw someone mention KD, and
Yeah.
that doesn't
So
seem like it would work.
so
but,
that actually just they already ruled that out
oh, the
because
KD
the
one.
Mavs
Okay.
the Mavs. So there was a rumor that the Mavs were in the big contender. That they already ruled that out. But I think either the Suns. I'm gonna be real. I don't think the Suns move anybody. Beal is still holding on to that no trade.
They got
They
screwed.
got like less than 24 hours to move KD.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. And then he
And
vetoed the Warriors. He said he didn't do
right,
that.
even
Yeah.
and then I was going to talk about Jimmy Butler because the Warriors were talking about him, but he
Yeah.
didn't want to sign the extension.
Yeah.
So
He doesn't want to. If he doesn't want to sign an extension there, I'm like, where do you want to play then, dude?
It's to the point where he's low key running out of contending teams.
Yeah, I mean, I could see the Mavericks trying to make that work, but
Mm,
I could see the Suns. I don't think he'd want to sign an extension with the Suns either. I don't know. Yeah, you're right.
he said the Cats halftime show meow like us. All right.
Oh man.
All right.
Oh man.
That's mad funny. I do have also some other reports as well, just because I'm just wanted to make sure our information was accurate at the time. So the Lakers did receive Luka, Maxi Keebler, and Markieff Morris.
He's back.
Yeah,
Education reform.
Jeez.
Number 88.
And then the Mavericks, they received Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a 2029 first round pick.
I don't know what the Celtics are traded their 2030 second round pick today. I'm like, what the
They're 20, their second round. Good Lord, I can't speak.
Yeah.
And then Jalen Ciferino?
Jalen Hood Shafino.
Yeah. Shafino.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. DE also said Cavs targeting Cam Johnson and DeAndre Hunter. Nice. And then Myles also said, I was mad we got rid of Max Christie. He was turning into something good. Oh, leave it up to LA.
Yeah.
Leave it up to LA for ruining a good thing y'all got going.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Yeah, so we did mention how the Mavs were in a win now situation. The Mavs have major concerns about moving forward with Luka Doncic due to his constant conditioning issues and looming commitment for another Supermax contract extension this summer. So obviously they didn't want to pay him, so they just got him off the books.
Yeah.
But the GM Nico Harrison said, I believe that defense wins championships. I believe that getting an all-defensive center and an all-NBA player with a defensive mindset gives us a better chance. Now, would that would have helped them last year in the finals? 100%.
Yeah.
So no
AD would have created some issues for the Celtics last year, but I mean,
LeBron James and Luka Doncic were both completely blindsided by the Davis-Doncic trade. LeBron learned it while he was out to dinner with his family after the Knicks game and was surprised by news is processing it and had no idea it was going on or it was in the works. Sham said Luka Doncic is still stunned about the trade, and he is still to this day.
I believe that Luka didn't know. I don't believe that LeBron didn't know. I don't believe that LeBron didn't know anything.
Just reading all the reports. AD fits right along with our time frame to win now and win in the future. The future to me is 3-4 years from now, 10 years from now. Probably bury me and Jason by then, or we bury ourselves.
Damn.
So
Had some late night discussions and just kind of locked in, I guess.
crazy how they traded for this man just to trade him out, because that man could have been on the Hawks.
Yeah.
And so Myles also said they bumped into Gator Auburn game on ESPN2 to show the Lakers and Indiana. Oh wow, did they now?
Huh. Well,
Huh. Interesting.
you got to wonder if this trade got, I don't want to say facilitated completely, but like got a little nudge from the commissioner for ratings.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about it. We're talking about the NBA right now, and we haven't talked about it in the last couple of weeks. Hasn't really been a lot to talk about.
Right.
Now everyone's talking about the NBA.
Right. Oh, 100%. Now
it's interesting.
Now everybody's watching games because the views are in the toilet. So now, yeah.
That Lakers Mavericks game that's coming up in like 2 months or something.
Oh, yeah.
Is gonna be,
Oh, yeah. That's a good conspiracy thing.
Yeah.
Even though it's not a conspiracy.
Yeah. I mean, I think they did their own thing, but I'm sure the commissioner was like, yo, get that done.
Hold up. What? DE said Lapuki and Luka equals
no.
champion.
Oh, God.
Oh man. Okay. Then lastly, I heard nothing from Mavericks. From ownership throughout the front office to coaches. I wasn't dodging anybody. Nobody said nothing to me when I brought up how what was just Brian Windhorst. That's what I meant.
Oh yeah.
His defensive performance is unacceptable. He is a hole in the court. He is costing his team because how he treats the officials, which is true.
Mm-hmm.
And then Luka Doncic's comments, he said, they got rid of everybody I liked. And he said, made this comment earlier this season on the Mavs firing staff members he had strong relationships with, according to a source.
Well,
the Mavs had frustrations with Luka's habits on and off the court. Jason Kidd frequently expressed concerns publicly and directly with Luka about his conditioning, weight fluctuation, and constant arguing with officials.
All these things are true.
If if Doncic wasn't going to change his ways, the Mavericks figured they would probably probe him by making changes around him. In August 2023, the team fired former director of player health and performance, Casey Smith, who has since been hired by Jalen Brunson's New York Knicks. After last season, the Mavs fired strength coach Jeremy and manual therapist Casey Spangler. All three had been with the team since before Doncic was drafted and had strong relationships with him. And then that's what made him say they got rid of everybody he liked. So would that be something to
look into or
contribute to the conditioning? Because
I mean, I don't know. I don't want to say he's lazy because he plays hard, but I mean,
it seems like more of a European play style to play that way. But
you
could say the same thing for Jokic, but
it is when he was playing with, what was it, Real Madrid? I mean, when he was like 18, 19, he was skinny as a beanpole. I mean, he put some weight on his rookie year and stuff, but you can see there's a gradual increase in his size, and the position he plays obviously is not a good idea to be that big.
But I think it's more so like the speed of the NBA now, because yes, it's faster, but at the same time, he doesn't look slow. He's just always played a slower play style. So it fit him because he's not a high flyer.
Yeah.
He's not an above the rim player. He's always been more of a technical fundamental player. So I think his size suits him, but it never really made me question his conditioning. But again, I'm only watching.
I mean, like I said, the only time I saw something that raised my eyebrows was when I was watching every Mavericks game in the finals, and I'm like, he looks a little lethargic getting up and down the court, and obviously the officials thing is, shows immaturity on his part. He might prove everyone wrong. I mean, maybe these reports come out and he's like, "F y'all, I'm gonna, get it in gear," because that's what I would do if he had that same mindset. Is just show them, they made a mistake.
So funny thing, Mark Cuban said this: "If I had to choose between my wife and keeping Luka,
Oh, no
catch
way.
me at the office preparing for it."
Whoa.
Yo, he a real one for that. I'm
That
sorry.
tells me all I need to know. I
He
haven't
a
seen
real
it.
one.
Yeah.
No, because that's how he feel. They feel because Luka he texted Mark Cuban. He was just like, "Yo, I'm lost," and bro texted back. I'm like, "Yo, I'm lost too." Like,
Damn, his
yeah,
heart broke. Oh
yeah,
my god.
literally, because he found out and he was like, "Yo, like, what the y'all didn't even tell
He's gonna
me."
sell the rest of his shares.
Oh,
So he's
100
gonna be like,
percent.
F this place.
Yeah, no, for
No,
real.
that is crazy.
Nah, I gotta keep that quote though.
That's me though.
Catch me at the office preparing
That's
my divorce.
yeah, that's wild.
And then Luka also denied the critics saying that he was um, lethargic and he
Yeah.
couldn't play. So, wow, that was a blockbuster trade, in my
Yeah.
opinion, at least.
That's yeah.
Moving forward, it'll definitely be weird seeing them in opposite jerseys, but I'm not gonna lie, it sort of fits more of AD being in
Dallas.
Yeah,
Yep.
it does look like more of a natural fit now
Yeah.
that I think about
And
it.
I think he's gonna flourish there for sure. I just again go back to how many years are you gonna get out of him? Because if you
Mhm.
sacrifice Luka for 2 years of prime AD, I wouldn't even say he's prime anymore. I would say he's on the other side, not washed, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, you're gonna get like 2 good years out of him, and you're missing out on probably 10 out of Luka. So
I say it's definitely gonna be it's gonna impact that team a lot.
yeah,
I'd say out of the 4 years they're looking to, I would honestly say if they don't do anything this year, then definitely next year. Oh, is that the second season of Wednesday?
yeah, I think that's coming out soon. Yeah.
Okay. And DE said, "Hey Ronnie, how about Drake Mayo's pro performance? Or I'm sorry, Drake Mays. I'm sorry.
2 touchdowns, 2 picks, but it's a flag football game. It happens.
Why'd you ask that?
It happens. Touchdown to Jamar Chase. Is it a sign of things to come? We don't know. He said he was recruiting out there.
Bro didn't have pressure. Anyone could make that pass. Bro didn't have pressure. Actually, I think he had like someone was like running towards him, but I mean, come on, bro.
That's just. I mean, he
It's
had
Jamar Chase.
he had 2 touchdowns in the Pro Bowl.
Who
Jalen Hurts had 0 this year.
Who's in the Super Bowl? Come on, bro. We really got to do that.
Even Russell Wilson was playing in the Pro Bowl. And Jalen Hurts not playing in the Pro Bowl. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what he did this year, but must not have been enough. Pro and super. I mean, like pro sounds professional. Super just like I don't even know what that is.
All right,
that's the game
we're
this
good.
Sunday.
All right,
Oh,
we're
okay.
good. He
Shout out
said,
Drake May.
He said very inconsistent, but probably still a better quarterback scenario than the Steelers.
That's fair. That's fair.
I can't believe bro said that. He compared apples to oranges. Bro said the Super Bowl
Or the Pro Bowl.
the
Professional Bowl or
the one where you win a ring and the one
that's the big one. Yeah.
the one where you literally just I don't even
the flag football.
Bragging rights.
Not even. Not even anymore. It used to be.
I don't even know what you get out of it.
There were people. I saw people there. I didn't go, but I saw people that were like I knew that were there, and I'm like, you guys spend money on.
Hold up. Did someone bet on this?
You could have. You're gonna take it just the money line, but
on a Pro Bowl.
That's when you call 1-800-GAMBLER. You bet on the Pro Bowl, no judgment, but please think about it.
That's Harlem. That's Arkham Asylum.
That's not good.
Worthy.
Don't do that.
All right, man. Let me get into these trades. So, as you mentioned before, the Kings acquired Valanciunas from the Wizards.
Yep.
So, well, thank God. Okay, so Sacramento, low-key, they got Debo and Zach LaVine.
Mm-hmm.
They got Sabonis, Malik Monk,
yep,
and Valanciunas.
They didn't come out too bad on the other side.
I mean, it looks good on paper, but
it does. Well, I mean, the De'Aaron Fox thing.
Honestly, it's like less and more sort of thing.
Yeah, I don't really think they took a step back.
No,
I mean,
to me, you can't replace. A lot of people may disagree, but you can't really replace someone as valuable as him. But you can at least get back what you lost.
They didn't, because they didn't really regress. I mean, It's not like they took on older players.
Right.
LaVine is a little older than De'Aaron Fox. But yeah, I think if they all click together, they should be
I
fun.
think Levine had 100 games with over 20, 30 points. I think
That's crazy.
I know
Yeah.
he had a stat this. It was a stat for the three ball, but he was performing well. And De said, "I'll trade you my grapes for your tater tots type move. F out of here." That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. That's wild.
Bro said, "F that trade. I'll trade you." Bro, that's funny.
Now here's a trade.
Now here's a guy. Oh, now here's a trade. The Celtics trades Springer to the Rockets.
And I still don't even know what they got back because it just said that the Celtics sent.
Y'all just gotta.
I think they swapped second round picks and then sent them a second round pick.
Yeah.
And Jeremy Springer. So it was more so, I guess, just to unload the
bench.
Well, he was due like $4 million. So I guess they're maybe, I don't know, trying to get a buyout contract.
Y'all didn't want to pay him, basically.
Maybe Chris Middleton's coming to Celtics. Maybe he might be. He could be. We don't know this yet. But I mean, it's not like it's not a trade that moves me.
De said who?
Yeah. Back of the bench guy.
Oh man, best description of that trade. My fault, De. I saw a trade notice, so I had to read it. Mavericks trade Grimes to the Sixers for Caleb Martin.
Yeah, he's.
Whoa, so much for that. Bro dogged the Heat.
He lost money because I think would the Heat offer him more?
Yeah.
And he took less to go to Philly
because of the culture.
Yeah.
Then
they said your culture.
Then they stunk it up. So then he got a cop out and went to the Mavs.
Can't stand him, so I don't feel bad.
Bro said once again, who?
Yeah.
My fault, Gag. My fault. Devin Booker is the all-time leading scorer of the Suns, and KD just now hit 30K points.
Damn.
I know there are a bunch of other trades.
What happened to Booker's star, do you think? I feel like it's kind of diminished over the last 2 years. As far as name notoriety, I just think he's kind of taken a backseat to where I'm not saying he's regressed as a player, but I think the NBA, I feel like they were kind of trending towards him being more of like a face, and I just haven't seen him in that light anymore.
I might get cooked if y'all unsubscribe. I understand. That is sort of the Phillip Rivers. Hella crazy ass potential. You know what he's gonna get. Will he ever win? No.
So yeah, that's kind of hard to market someone that can't win a chip. I get that.
You get all the way there, and you lose.
Yeah.
What, they won one game that series?
Yeah. Against a good Bucks team, but good enough to beat prime Devin Booker and everything. I mean,
so now you got the three best scorers in the league.
Yeah, and you still can't get there. Now they're trying to blow up the team.
Yeah. We talked about that joint too. So
yeah, we did.
Because so speaking of which, the Bucks, they send Kyle Kuzma. I'm sorry, the Bucks get Kyle Kuzma and send Middleton to the Wizards. So I'm thinking he doesn't stay there that long.
I think Middleton gets bought out or traded if they can find a trade partner real quick. But
I mean, I'm sure
it's a quick turnaround.
I mean,
yeah, this could be like a Carmelo with the Hawks.
100%.
Print half the jersey and he's already gone.
Yeah.
For the Bucks, I don't think this makes them better. I really don't, because I don't think Kuzma is who Kuzma thinks he is. If that makes sense. I don't think he's going to shine bright in the playoffs when they need him, because that's going to be the deciding factor. I don't.
So I'm gonna read Myles. He said, "Screw Booker and the Suns. I was happy when they lost that finals." So, all right, my question is, that offense doesn't make sense. You got everybody shooting threes.
Yeah.
Your big man hangs out on the wing.
You got rid of Ayton, which,
it's like you sort of. Yeah, you space the floor, but where's the synergy? So now you add someone he used. I think he still. Yeah, Kuz still shoots the three ball. I'm not sure to what percentage or how.
Oh wait, are we talking about Phoenix or are we talking about?
I'm talking about this one.
Oh, I thought because I heard Sun. That's why.
Oh yeah. Oh no, Myles said he was.
Yeah, no, I know. Okay, yeah.
I'm just saying is, where does he fit in this offense? That's all I'm asking.
I'm not sure, because he really is not as good of a defender as Middleton was.
Well, but then Middleton started to get boxed out of this offense
due
to Dame, and
he did. And then he kept getting. He had a knee injury, I think. I think this was more so of an injury, not really fitting what they were trying to do. But like,
I feel like he was just more the odd man out at the end of it because it had nothing to do with him, but how Doc Rivers poorly structured this offense.
yeah,
Someone had to be the fallout guy, and it just happened to be him.
I just don't. I don't know with Kuzma. I just don't think he works in this offense either. I don't think this trade helps them at all.
No.
I really don't.
Nope.
I don't see the purpose of this. I guess what I'm trying to say.
Neither do I,
No.
especially with Doc as head coach.
Some of these trades made sense. Valanciunas made sense. This one didn't make sense.
DES. So when is Dame gonna retire? Greek Freak getting up there too. They got probably like a good another 5-6 years. We're gonna see them for a long time.
I think Dame's got prime Dame. I don't even know if we're in prime Dame anymore. He's probably got another 3 or 4.
I don't know. He got longer. Look at Steph. They're essentially the same player in a sense. So I mean, Steph is what? He's like 2 years from 40.
Yeah,
he's 38 right now.
I just looked it up. Yeah, 30. He's gonna be 38, I think, in like a month.
Yeah. So guys like them, even though they're wear and tear on the body, how the NBA is structured right now, they have imagine Steve Nash in this era.
Oh,
bro!
I mean, he already played to be up there, but he would have had like prime years left towards the back end of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So honestly, he's not gonna retire anytime soon. Greek Freak, we're gonna see him for still a long time.
I also just think Milwaukee's window is just closed.
100%.
The moves they make don't make sense. They don't have the right coach and
Yeah,
doesn't sink.
They already won. They already won a chip, so I think they're
going to trot it out like I'm going to throw shade against them. The Celtics have done when they did their 2008 championship. It was like, well, we won it like 10 years ago, 15 years ago. It's like they're just going to leech off of it. Bro.
Yeah. They needed that one.
Yeah.
DE said he's 30. That's crazy. Where did all the time go? Nah, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 30 already. Nah, for real. I still remember him when it was like LaMarcus Aldridge, Nick Batum, Wesley Matthews.
What throws me off is there's a picture of him. Remember the Adidas, like that style with like the green and red? That was his rookie year. He was in those.
Yeah.
And there's a picture of him, scrawny, no muscle on him.
Yeah.
He's been in there for a while now.
A long time.
Yeah.
Well, almost over a decade.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy too. You just look. I mean, 82 game season almost tally up to like 100 for some of these guys, and it just goes by so quickly. But I think that is all the updates. I know the Thunder traded for somebody, the Theus.
Oh, Daniel. Daniel Tice. Daniel Tice, yeah.
He's still playing?
Yeah. Yeah, he's been around the block a few times, but yeah.
My fault. I'm just like, I haven't heard that man since like those Boston runs.
Yeah, he was like, the nice like quiet guy off the bench that comes in, gives you solid minutes.
Yeah, he's putting in work.
Yeah,
he's putting in work. Oh well, and okay. I think we're gonna transit. I think that's it for basketball.
Yeah, I mean we'll have more next week, obviously, but for right now.
All right, so we are 4 days into the Super Bowl.
Palm sweating?
No.
They're gonna sweat the day of?
No.
Oh, you're not gonna sweat at all?
We already lost.
This man over here, you gotta talk to freaking.
Oh, is he bugging?
Oh, he's sweating.
We already lost.
No, he's in it, man.
No, we already lost.
He has full. I don't think he has full confidence you guys are going to win, but he has.
We lost.
The mindset of like it can happen.
As soon as I saw the clock hit 0 when we beat Washington, I already knew we was going to lose. And then when I flipped over and watched the Chiefs and Bills, I already knew.
You got that feeling. Yeah.
As soon as the Chiefs scored the first touchdown, and that's when I said GG's.
Yeah, you did say that.
I already had it in my mind they were gonna. And I love the fact how the refs and Roger Goodell are trying to shut down this whole theory that they're not fixing these games. Mm-hmm. Come on, man.
They insulted our intelligence because even the referee commission was like, this is crazy for someone to think that.
A blasphemy.
Like, oh, we're stupid because we use our eyes and see?
Literally. I mean, come on now. No one in the league was getting all those types of calls that Pat Mahomes was getting. But then we're called not even, basically skill issue.
We're like ignorant to
yeah.
Oh, we don't know anything.
No.
We sit at home like Tua says, we sit at home with potato chips.
We've seen so many generations of football to know when things aren't being called that way. I mean, come on.
And they don't pick and choose games. They do it for every game.
Exactly.
So it's like, Brady would get the roughing the passer call that wasn't a roughing the passer call, sure, or like the unnecessary roughness, but they're getting like each game is coming down to it. And this year they had so many close games, we saw it every time.
Yeah, 15-1 team that barely won and had the least amount of points scored.
14-2 because Carson Wentz shit the bed the last week. People forget about that. Yeah.
Oh.
Someone else told me that they were like, they only lost one game. I was like, they lost this last one.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot.
Yeah,
my fault. Yeah, my fault.
Because Carson Wentz decided not to show up. But
I mean, well, that was a
that was
a rest game.
Yeah, that was the whole team was on the bench. Yeah,
that was a rest game. I totally forgot about that. But DE, you said I just think it's glorious and poetic of the Patriots fan crying over favorable calls. How the turntable.
Listen, get on all these
turntables.
All these sites. They're bound down on the Patriots. We're so sorry. It really wasn't that bad compared to the Chiefs. I'm like, no, screw y'all. I was getting yelled at when I was a kid for being a Patriots fan. Bro, I don't give a shit.
Bro spun the block.
They hated the Patriots. You don't have to apologize for it. You can hate the Chiefs too. Just call it what it is. Don't apologize for hating the Patriots because it wasn't as bad.
I mean, but in all honesty, it really wasn't that bad.
But like, I do want people from like a non-biased perspective. I do want to come out here and say this. Can you watch Tom Brady play compared to Patrick Mahomes and at least give him the flowers and be like, that dude was just that good? Because he went to Tampa, where he was non-problematic. Everyone loved him when he went to Tampa, and still won a championship.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
it was just more the fact that y'all were literally beating everyone's teams.
It got annoying.
It was just like, especially that the undefeated season 07.
07, yeah.
Yeah, I remember playing against y'all. I think it came down to a defensive drive. Y'all had the ball.
That was one of the closer games of the year.
Yeah. And I was like, you sons of bitches.
Yeah. I think there was another one. Was it? It might have been Pittsburgh or it was the Chargers. I think one of them was close again.
Yeah.
And then we beat New York, I think, the last week of the season.
Now I think about it too. Y'all had a tough ass schedule too. Yeah. That was a tough schedule.
No, we were playing like that was the dirty AFC.
Yeah, y'all were playing. That was like did y'all play Ravens? Because if not, I remember y'all played prime peak Chargers.
Yes, we did. That's what I said. I think that was when we almost lost. And then
I know y'all played the NFC East at that time.
Yeah, so I think we beat obviously everyone in the regular season, but the Giants, which obviously ended up beating us, Philly.
DE said, "I'm surprised you're not a Chiefs fan, Ronnie."
You know what I did find?
Huh?
I got to figure out if I'm going to antagonize Devin. It also made me feel weird. I found, and I got this at Goodwill probably like 7 years ago, a Matt Castle Chiefs jersey. This is breaking news. I haven't even told anyone I found it.
I wish you would have kept that in the archives. Of all people?
I like Matt Castle. I mean, I saw him on Goodwill. I'm like, that's my boy.
Because he played for y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
This was probably before Mahomes was even a thing. I was like 15,
You could have got an Alex Smith joint. You had to get Matt Castle.
It was like $4. So, I mean, I'm not like invested in it.
Oh.
And it's got like it's the Reebok one. The 7's a little beat up. I don't know who wore it before me. But I don't know. I don't think we're gonna break it out. But
Myles said the Eagles will win now since everybody is calling out the Chiefs' favoritism. I wish it worked like that.
Oh, wouldn't that be crazy?
And then DE said Matt Castle. Wow.
Yeah, pull out the Matt Castle.
Jeez.
Now I will ask you this:
mm-hmm.
since you are so and rightfully so, negative mindset against this game. If the Eagles do happen to squeak it out and win, would that make it more sweet?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. I feel like this would be like
I would literally do the whole, kick my damn heels together midair type shit, and I will be prancing around like bro, you don't even know. 100%. If they win, I don't even know what the hell I'm about to do. But, yeah, basically.
Yeah. I figured it would, yeah.
DE said they won't, though. Yeah, football gods going against us and referees. Yeah. And for some reason, the Chiefs always, I'm thinking more so how it's going to affect us afterwards. Because teams go to the Super Bowl twice.
Yeah.
I know disrespect to y'all, but the times that y'all went, at all those times, y'all lost to the Giants twice.
Mm-hmm.
Lost to us, y'all beat the Rams, beat the Falcons. The only thing is we didn't get as many chances. We got 3 over the time span of from when we played uh, y'all way
Oh,
back
4,
then,
yeah.
yes, and then we made it again in 17, and then now,
Well,
yeah.
people forget about the Patriots too. So we beat you guys in 04.
Mm-hmm.
We did not win again until 14. There was a 10-year gap. We went to the Super Bowl twice, lost to the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
But next time we won was in 2014 against the Seahawks. So there was a 10-year span where it was just like Patriots would lose. That was the good Ravens teams with that defense.
Mm-hmm.
That one fluke Mark Sanchez year. Yeah, so there was a 10-year span where they just couldn't figure it out, and then it was like then that last second part of the dynasty was like we played you guys, and then we beat the Rams, we beat the Falcons, but yeah, you guys had a span for you. Yeah, you didn't go for a while.
Myles said, "I'm gonna scream anything is possible." I'm gonna scream anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
And then DE said Travis Kelce will do the thing by asking Taylor in marriage, and then they say, "I'm gonna go to Disney World." Oh,
I honestly, I think I was talking to my sister about that. I'm like, he's gonna ask her to like marry him there. I have a feeling.
I feel like that relationship is too contractual to where it's just like it's straight business. There's none of that.
It's weird though because like I think she's like she is somewhat private, but I also think she likes the spotlight. So I think if there's like a meeting of the minds where it's like, hey, this is probably like something we could do, that would be insane.
I'm sorry, that relationship has more that it's so wired to where I don't know. I don't see a marriage really benefiting because we all know it's straight business. I mean, come on. So, I mean, that's just me.
Yeah.
But if Philly wins, then we beat the dynasty.
Yeah.
If we lose, we go into purgatory just like any other team.
With a Washington team that's coming up the side now.
I'm already in purg. I mean,
yeah.
Mentally, I'm already there.
Yeah.
It's just I have to physically see it for me to get my visual confirmation that we're gonna just be in Super Bowl purgatory.
Yeah.
So, I just wish. I mean, all the other Philly faithfuls, they got more confidence in me. I'm not saying that this is a bad team. I just know that. I mean, come on, man.
No, this team against the Bills, I think.
I mean,
straight up, I think it's you guys. But yeah, just you guys are honestly a better team. If we're gonna call it how it is,
I know, but
this team matches up very well against the Chiefs.
But then we see how things go.
I know.
I'm literally. I'm
this receiving core is better. You have the best back in the league. Hurts is not better than Mahomes, but I think the O line, your guys' O line, is just as comparable.
Right.
The defense is definitely better.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, on paper, this is a better team than the Chiefs. But
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
DE said it's a love story. Travi, just say yes. See
God.
What I did there. Oh Lord.
Oh man.
Oh my God. Hey, yo, mods, ban him. I'm playing, but he is a mod, so
yeah.
Yeah. So our Super Bowl prediction
hasn't changed. I think the Chiefs just get it.
Just shout out to the media team for asking the rough questions, like, "Hey, do you think this is fixed?" And
some of these dudes they let in would be like me and him going there. I mean, like, you wouldn't like not official credentials, but like they have media passes. But yeah, they went in there like guns blazing, like this is my shot. I'm gonna go in here and ask
100%.
him. Yeah. What was the one that they asked him about? Mahomes' answer was Andy Reid. It was something like, what do you like? What do we have to do to get rid of you or something? He was like, just get rid of Andy Reid. Trying to make it like he's like an Andy Reid merchant, I guess. But there was some, I don't remember what the exact question was.
I missed that one. The one I saw where they were like, "Do you think the games are fixed?" And I mean, of course, he gave his PC answer, but I'm like, yeah, whatever, bro. I think Roger Goodell gave a crappy rebuttal.
He did.
That one. What, man? What are you talking about?
Then he gets mad about. So someone asked him about Tom Brady with the okay, so he's part owner.
Uh-huh.
Does that not conflict with how he's doing things at Fox with like being a commentator? And he's like, well, first off, I mean, that's doesn't really make any sense for you to ask me that. Like a smug response to that, which I'm like, no, that's a valid question. Tell me what your answer is. Tom talks to me, frequently, and we discuss different things, and I let him know what the do's and don'ts are and stuff like that. And like he just comes off smug about it, but I'm like, that's a legit question to ask. It's like something different. I mean, you're not talking about the Chiefs or the Eagles, but yeah, the whole press conference just had this like, the refs don't fix this game. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
blinders on.
Okay. DE said, "I'm gonna be real. I kind of hope the Chiefs win because either then you Sean being reasonable Eagles fan, the fan base kind of don't deserve Super Bowl rings, to be fair. That's his opinion. Honestly,
I think, in his defense too, there are a lot of people in the country that feel like that.
mm-hmm.
That you guys are like the smug fan base, and they don't want to see
Agreed.
you guys happy.
No, agreed.
Which
I've seen both sides to where it really started when we went the first time because we had this stacked team.
Yeah.
We almost went undefeated and then we made it all the way to the Super Bowl. I just don't understand where that entitlement came from because I wasn't dogging nobody.
No.
I was like, look, just beat the Cowboys. That's all I cared about. Anything else, beat the Cowboys, made it to the playoffs.
That was it.
Beat the Cowboys, made it to the Super Bowl. All I cared about. Yeah. So I don't understand when I'm looking at fan bases where the entitlement grows because we didn't win. So I'm just like, okay, 2017, all right, we made it back to the Super Bowl, but we fell off after 2017.
Yeah.
So I'm like, where is this now entitlement coming from?
When you look at it, after that Super Bowl, the career backup had a Cinderella story. God bless him, won fair and square.
Bro.
Your franchise quarterback fell off a cliff.
We fell off the next season.
Yes, he fell off. You guys fell off. Then you're traveling around in purgatory, and then Jalen Hurts comes in, takes you a little bit to get your feet under you. You go to the Super Bowl, you lose the Super Bowl.
But then the next season we fell.
Yeah.
Bro, we went 6 straight. I still remember vividly blacking out when I saw this man against the Seahawks. Throw it to A.J. Brown in double coverage. I think he the typical underthrow. He underthrew him.
There were a couple of us at Orleans because Devin wanted to watch it. It was Monday night.
And I'm like, why are we struggling against this sorry team?
Drew Lock puts the cape on. Jalen Hurts, it's time to shine. Done.
Bro, and he
folded that, yeah.
6 straight lost to the Bucks, and now the Bucks think that they're our kryptonite.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, our coaches are our kryptonite. Yeah.
So you're right though. I don't know where the era of entitlement came in.
Genuinely as a fan, I don't understand. I get it, like blue collar city, everybody works hard. I get it. We're one of the more passionate fan bases. I'm like, bro, so is everybody else.
Chicago, they bleed for their team, and the Bears haven't been good in God knows how long. They still show up every Sunday.
Browns,
the Browns too.
When they were 0-16, coming to the crib with paper bags on their faces.
The Lions, when they were 0-16, those people
paper
showed up all the time.
Bags on their faces. And then he said, and I was rooting for y'all in 17. I just don't think we won't stop hearing y'all when y'all only got 2. If you get it, you know what I mean. And I get it because I've never really been one to be like, oh yeah, we like I don't. So in my life in general, I don't hang on past wins. I never do. I will celebrate a moment of achievement when we earn it. And then that's typically how I live my life. So I'm not going to sit up here and be like, oh yeah, well, we still what? I mean, that's like me still talking about Nick Foles, but bro already retired. And then look what happened.
I like to see if there's a video. I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. But I don't hang on it.
But no, that's never it.
In sports, I like the what have you done for me lately? Like when you keep a player that's past their prime, but it's like, oh, it's a good story. Like, no, like if they're not doing it anymore, then like let's handshake. It's a business, so let's move them out.
Literally,
and that's why I hate when coaches stick around because they won a championship, or like I've told you before, like the Red Sox or like whoever it is, like they trot these teams out. 20-year anniversary of this, 20-year anniversary of that. I'm like, okay, what are we doing now?
Bro, I mean, we said it I think we said it like 2-3 weeks ago. I was like, we both agree, get rid of John Harbaugh.
Yeah.
I get it. He won a chip like forever ago, but like, what have y'all done since?
Yeah.
Like all the mistakes y'all been making. A lot of it to me has been coaching decisions.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff always being pointed at Lamar, but I really think that Lamar has taken all the strays for John Harbaugh. No one ever wants to talk about it.
Yeah.
So again, I don't hang off of small stuff. D also said if you get 2, you're gloating you'll basically gloating will next level, and I don't know if I can take that. NFL in general. Well, if it's really tales of the 2 sides. So we'll forever hear Chiefs fans talk about their 3P and their dynasty.
Mahomes is the greatest quarterback ever.
Now all of a sudden everything that Brady did with New England is all of a sudden obsolete, even though he brought 6 chips versus 3. Then you got the Eagles. You just got a bunch of pretentious fans who are just gonna rub a Super Bowl in their face.
It's
And
like it's like if you put the main event, not to use a wrestling term, you
mm-hmm,
put the main event of WrestleMania and you put heel versus heel, like
mm-hmm,
actually like hated characters. It's the same thing. Like you got to pick one. What's like
right.
the lesser one that you would be like, all right, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it's the Eagles. I mean, I don't want to hear the Chiefs go on and on about it.
I mean, yeah, you'll hear Eagles fans, but will it really like? Think of the direction the NFL is about to go when the Chiefs win.
Yeah,
I mean, I think these sort of they don't set up the future, but I mean, let's be real. Like Mahomes isn't gonna retire anytime soon.
no,
Andy Reid already said he's coming back. I think Eagles winning would really it would stop all the noise. And to be honest with you, and I completely I agree with what you're saying, De. I understand all the other fan bases because the stuff that I see, I'm not okay with. But I think for a long term thing, I think it's the NFL will be better off if the Eagles win.
I think so.
In
I
my
think it takes the angst down for like the hatred for the Chiefs. I think the NFL kind of restores itself, and then you can kind of go into next season with a clear mindset of like, okay, now it's anyone's ball game. The three-peat's off the table.
right.
You know, yeah.
And he also said, DE also said, and that's another reason why he'll be watching the Puppy Bowl. So my question is, if the Eagles win the Super Bowl, do we all sit here and believe they're going to make it back next season?
Oh, the Chiefs?
Eagles.
Oh no, I don't. I don't see that.
But do we see the Chiefs winning or going making a repeat?
If the Chiefs win this year, do we see them go back again?
Mm-hmm.
It almost seems improbable, doesn't it? But I guess nothing's impossible with the way that the trajectory's going.
I mean, let's keep it a buck. In the AFC, do we really see the Bills going? Do we see the Bengals?
No.
Do we see the Ravens?
Yeah.
Or Houston?
I don't think there's any teams in the AFC right now that can make moves this offseason that would, because these teams that you just mentioned are already good, and they already have cap issues because the players that they paid are supposed to get them to that next level.
Mm-hmm.
So like with the Bengals, what are they going to add? Like Myles Garrett? No.
They have a lot of issues to where I don't see them even maybe like it'll be another season like this where they'll start slow again, but then they had to dig themselves out of a hole and they were on the cusp if a team didn't win.
Mm-hmm.
But do we really see them making a deep playoff run? No.
No.
And if they get matched up against Mahomes, are they going to win? Probably
well,
not.
And God forbid they lose T. Higgins to someone. That hurts them. And then Trey Hendrickson, that came out like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
He's going to want a new contract this year because he's a free agent next year.
Mm-hmm.
So then that's going to be noise.
And they don't want to pay nobody.
No, and they don't want to. So you've got to pay T. Higgins and then Trey Hendrickson. And these are the same players that you have
right.
that have got you to 8-9 this year.
But then they also have to fill in those defensive woes.
Yeah.
I mean, because they have a lot.
They do. Their backfield is not tremendous.
No one, it's non-existent.
So you got to try to go through the draft, but like
exactly. So it's like to me, do I really like out of both teams that are in the Super Bowl right now? I see the Chiefs making another run.
I can't see. I think the NFC is going to get better.
Mm-hmm.
Like let's just say, I mean, the Commanders are going to be there for a while now. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
I think Chicago, if this Ben Johnson thing really pays off, which wouldn't put a high likelihood on it though, but they could make some noise. The Lions will be back.
I don't see them making the playoffs.
No, I think it's going to be some growing pains. But, like, obviously the Lions got hit with injuries. They'll be back.
I think the Lions will be affected more due to their coaching staff.
Yeah, they have some turnover with that. There's going to be growing pains with the new coordinators. But I think the NFC, which is crazy, we talked about the NFC being easier the last couple of years. I think it's going to flip a little bit. I think the AFC is a little more open underneath the Chiefs than it is for the Eagles. I think the Eagles got some competition coming in next year. But I could see the Chiefs. You're right. I could see the Chiefs getting back there again next year, regardless if they win or lose.
I think just more to combat his point because I know they said that they're just tired of. It would be better for the NFL if the Chiefs won, but to me, I'd be okay with Philly winning because it's like the worst case scenario. Yeah, you're just gonna have a bunch of entitled fans.
Yeah,
but we also got the Cowboys who have been on that stuff before we were born.
And I also, you're right. And I think too, though, I mean, like if an Eagles fan came up and they were like, "My team's better than all the teams because we won 2 Super Bowls in the last like 10 years," I'm like, that's good, but like it's not true.
Right.
So I mean, I think in the back of your head, a logical person can go, "Okay, this dude's just talking out of his ass."
I mean, I've been seeing teams that haven't won anything still talk just as reckless. So at this point, it's really just more of a fan base.
It is, yeah.
I understand where he's coming from. But to go into some news just to talk about it, the first thing off the top of my head, Chip Kelly, the ghost of Chip Kelly, is still around.
He's going OC now. Yeah.
And that brother is a OC at the almost at Oakland,
Oh,
Las Vegas Raiders, and that man is the highest paid OC.
all that bull crap. Still gets that. Yeah.
So, how you feel about your man's? You think your man's had something to do with it?
Brady, I don't. There's no ties there to my knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Is this more of a Pete? I mean, is there a connection with Pete Carroll? I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I mean, that is a weird Pete Carroll, Chip Kelly. That's a weird little concoction. But he was, I mean, good OC for Ohio State. Obviously, they won the national championship. I don't think he's a good head coach. I do think he's a decent offensive mind. But was he the head coach when Vic was going off? Okay, well, I mean, was that still Andy? I think Andy might have still been there.
No, yeah, that was Andy, and then Vic, Chip came in, and I think that's when they put Foles because I remember Vic went to the Steelers.
Yeah, and then
Foles came in, and then Mark
Bradford. Bradford
Sam
was
Bradford.
Yeah. It was the Bradford and Chip Kelly.
Oh,
yeah,
I hated that team.
The Dark Ages.
I still don't like that, man.
Yeah. I don't. I mean, I don't know. And they still don't have a quarterback, so.
Does it help? I don't know. I mean, I can't. I don't really have anything good to say about Chip Kelly since
I get that.
Tanked Philly. I don't think his I mean, his coaching it works for college, but as you can, I mean, did it transition to the pros very well? I mean, again, we had like the fastest like offense in terms of like 30-second offense,
Yeah.
just by how his play style from Oregon, but I don't think his
I think this is just more so. I mean, I would assume that Pete Carroll's just going to kind of give him the offense and let him do it. But I think Pete Carroll's going to be more of the tempo setter than Chip Kelly. So I don't think you're going to hear much out of him.
Gotcha. As long as he does not have his hands in anything.
Yeah.
Then, let's see. So the talks with Kellen Moore, they've because Kellen Moore was scheduled to speak with the Saints. That has been placed on hold for now due to the Super Bowl.
Good for him. I don't know if he was the one that.
Yeah.
No, which is yeah.
Yeah. So that one will be monitoring that situation. It would suck to lose him, but I don't think. I mean the Saints of all teams. I mean,
I know. I mean, it's up to him if he wants a head coaching job, but there's not a lot out there right now for head coaches, so he is a pretty good candidate for them if they wanted to do it. But it just depends if he wants to go into that mess.
Former Packers kicker Mason Crosby announces retirement. I don't know. I posted in the chat. I thought it was like Max Crosby.
All I saw in the chat was Max Crosby retired, and immediately I was like, "Whoa!" And then I like slowed down.
No,
I'm
for
like,
real.
"Oh, you okay? It's Mason Crosby."
Yeah. No, because I got confused for a minute because I saw Mason. I was like, "Hold on, what?" And then that tripped me the hell out. I was like, "Hold on, what?"
Yeah, we need to timeout.
That was definitely out of left field. So we were talking about the Cooper Cup trade. So ideally, 6 teams are a good landing spot for the former Super Bowl MVP. I know we were talking before the show that you mentioned that they were even willing to take the hit just to move him.
Yeah, some of it. I mean, not all of it because it's a lot of money. I think it's like $25 million or something for the next year or two.
So obviously we aren't close to the draft. I mean, they do have a lot of concerns that they can address. I don't know if this could be a spot to free up for another perennial wide receiver, or if they plan on making a trade for one. Obviously, they plan on doing something with this cap.
Yeah, and they feel good enough about Puka to elevate him, and then try to get either a 2 or someone that's above Puka, and then keep Puka as the 2. But and I guess it makes sense from LA's standpoint. It's like now or never. I mean, he's only going to get older and only going to get more injury concerns over him. So does it show who the teams are that they recommended, or
let's see?
Because I've seen obviously a lot of teams need receivers, but
get these ads out of my Oh, never mind. It's just a bunch of.
columns. Huh.
Okay, so Jacksonville. Jacksonville could be one. Buffalo.
Yeah.
Jacksonville, Buffalo, Bengals, Ravens,
Yeah. It's got to be a contender.
Texans,
Yeah, I could see that.
even Washington.
That's another. Yeah, I could see that too.
And lastly, no, that was it. Just Washington.
Okay.
So Washington, Texans, Baltimore, Bengals, Bills,
Jags.
Jags. So basically, keep him in the AFC.
Sort of. Yeah.
DE said, "What if this offseason the unthinkable happens? Jared Goff or Matthew Stafford, deja vu for sure." That'd be
Like like a like a similar trade or
if they traded quarterbacks. That would be
yeah.
crazy. Would Jared Goff even? Because he doesn't have any bad will towards him. I know he at first he felt slighted,
Yeah.
and I think he ended up washing his hands with it by beating them in the playoffs.
Which I mean, I don't that exact trade. I don't think would happen again because Stafford's got like what a year left.
I think so.
Yeah, and I think Detroit's pretty settled on trying to win. I think.
That would be a crazy. That would
Yeah, I
be
don't.
because he said Lions don't like Jared Goff after the outcome of the playoffs, and Matt back would maybe make them happy. And for the Rams, you get younger and established QB back.
I just think I think the Lions would obviously. I think the Rams would benefit from that, but I think the Lions would take a hit because like Stafford would play like one more year, then you got to go to the
Mm-hmm.
draft. So I mean, I don't know, but um, yeah,
Well, because I know they both played for that same offense, but imagine if Stafford had Dan Campbell back in those days,
yeah.
man.
Oh, I know it would have been a whole
That would have
different.
been
Yeah,
crazy with Megatron too.
yeah,
Crazy. No, that is a good what if though.
yeah.
Realistically speaking, I would have to agree with Ronnie because of just due to the ages of quarterbacks. But would I wouldn't be surprised if something crazy like that happens because we're still waiting on some stuff around the
I will say I could see like a big trade this year as far as someone just trying to position, at least maybe in the AFC too, because it's like trying to get over the hump with Kansas City. Someone like just go for broke, but
mhm. So with Myles Garrett requesting a trade, if I'm Cleveland, am I shipping him to the NFC?
yeah, I mean, I would honestly try to look for the best offer, obviously, but I wouldn't keep him in the AFC. He's probably got another 3 or 4 years of like prime dominance. I mean, he's 29, so you think kind of follow like maybe like a Khalil Mack trajectory where he had like he's in his mid 30s now. You don't hear about him as much. I wouldn't want to deal with him in the AFC anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I would ship him. I mean, they're going to look for a lot because I forgot the initial Khalil Mack trade was I think it was a first, 2 seconds, and then like a third and like another fifth or something. And so I mean, there was like 5 or 6 picks that went for him.
And that
So they're
was to
gonna
go to
look for a lot.
Chicago, right?
Yeah, that was the initial Raiders Chicago trade.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna look for a lot out of him. He's the reigning defensive player of the year. I mean, I would get it, but I don't know who's gonna take him on. I mean, I mentioned Washington as one of them. You guys got brought up. You guys always get brought up in that kind of stuff. Right?
See, and that's the thing too, because we got, and that's what I was trying to tell Devin too, because we got hit with tampering for Saquon.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
that's why I'm just like, all right, can we chill?
Yeah, let's bring it back.
With like all like stop bringing like because Max Crosby too.
Oh yeah.
Then I'm just like, listen, stop bringing Philly up in these talks because we're gonna get hit with tampering so
it's
quick.
not. Yeah.
I don't want to be that team.
Yeah.
That's always because I don't want to be that team with that type of rep that's always being tampered with.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't want that.
I could see him go to you guys. You guys could use him with the aging line.
See, but our thing is they're not aging. We just have a large rotation of defensive players. That's works.
Yeah.
Like we have a very young core of linebackers and linemen, because Josh Sweat started as a lineman,
Yeah.
defensive lineman. Now he's a linebacker, and he sometimes integrates. And I think that's what makes
You
Philly
guys got
work.
coming off the edge. What it was BG obviously. He was defensive edge, right?
Linebacker sometimes.
Okay.
He was a backer.
So who's your edge right now that would be
I'm thinking of this man's name, Smith.
Nolan Smith?
Yes.
Okay.
Nolan Smith.
Obviously
right
an upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
Myles Garrett would be it.
Well, look at the work that he's been doing for us now.
That's
and
true.
then we also have Jalen Carter.
Yeah.
And then Jordan Smith?
Davis, yeah.
Where am I in this?
I don't know. You know what I hate is I've been invested in this team since we started the podcast. Because like Devin will tell me players, I'm like, okay, like I know your line, I know everyone, dude, out of the backfield.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm invested in it, but
yeah.
No, I mean Myles Garrett's an upgrade over like 98% of the league as far as at that position. He's the premier,
Look at how much we have to give up though.
That's a good point too.
And that's why I'm cool with our inner.
You guys got to the Super Bowl with this, so I mean,
yes.
It's like the rich get richer. Do you need to get
exactly? Let's like stop while we're ahead, sort of thing.
He's more of a team that's cusping, like Washington, that could use him to like really set it off. That would be what it. Yeah.
And I was also going to make the fact too. What happened to Michael Huff?
Oh, not Michael. Bryce Huff.
Oh, Bryce Huff.
Who is Michael Huff? Played for you guys, didn't he?
I think so. Yeah, he was a wide receiver. He's a kick returner.
That's what it was.
He was fast.
That's what it was. Yeah, because I was gonna say Michael Huff clicked, and I'm like, it was Bryce Huff.
Yeah.
Because they were talking about how Bryce Huff was a good swap for Hassan Reddick. Neither one of them really did a damn thing. But
imagine, I was like, damn, I wish Hassan was still on this team. But hey, it worked because it freed up Nolan Smith.
Yeah.
So
blessing in disguise, it ended up, it benefited you guys.
See, that's why we trust in Howie, bro. We trust in Howie because
he knows what he's doing.
I mean, it hurts in the moment, but hey, we in the Super
Bowl. Get over it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So, but if I'm Cleveland, I would ship him out of the conference. I wouldn't keep him there.
And you would trade him, wouldn't you, if you were Cleveland? I would, yeah.
Yeah.
Posting a little thing, like a little written up, like that'd be enough for me. I'm like, yeah, he needs to go.
Yeah.
He needs to go. He's going to be unhappy there, and people are going to be like, you're wasting his career, get him out of there. So just ship him. This is the best time to do it. He's still in his prime.
And you can get a lot from him now than you would like 2 years from now.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
And you could go through the draft and try. You're not going to get someone with his production, but you can try to replicate at least something with someone younger.
Yep. Let's see. I know there was some other talks with some other coaches getting hired. Texans hire Rams assistant Nick Haley as offensive coordinator.
Yeah, he came from the Rams.
And the Ravens signed offensive coordinator Todd Moken to a contract extension.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. I'm seeing. I hate when you try to load something and it just like brings up the same thing you read twice. Totally forgot that Robert Saleh was on the 49ers.
Yeah, they signed that dude to a gigantic contract.
So with that being said, then they might be better.
Back, yeah. Not back, but they have some issues to unravel.
God. Yeah,
They got a out of shape aging Debo, and then they got Ayuk coming off the ACL.
So I can already tell that we're gonna play them next season.
Yeah,
I can already tell.
Then they got the Brock Purdy issue. Is he worth a big contract? Because
are you gonna get another quarterback and go through? You're gonna keep going through that vicious cycle. I mean, you got to pay somebody at this point.
Their system seems like a plug and play kind of system though, because Garoppolo got to a Super Bowl there, hasn't done anything since. Brock Purdy, last pick in the draft, he gets to the Super Bowl. Yeah. So if you have that philosophy, you could try to replicate it. But
look, man, at some point you just gotta
lock down your guy. Yeah,
got to. I mean, because you don't want to keep. I mean, because I know, like, and we'll talk about it too. It just makes like these organizations look bad because then like you're not gonna really
commit. Yeah,
exactly.
Because then the next dude's gonna come in and be like, "Damn, they're not even gonna pay me in 2 or 3 years. Get me out of here now."
Exactly. Yeah. You're gonna sign him to a supermax and then move him the next year.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, Lane Johnson said he's not retiring after this Super Bowl. I thought he was gone.
I did too.
So, definitely, this almost got swept under the rug. The Goon Squad.
Oh, we haven't talked about it. Oh man, that used to have a
Yo,
different meaning 15 years
just
ago, but
Justin Watson, bro. The Gooners. This
um,
brother on February 1st got hit with 3 more allegations.
mm-hmm.
So,
Ravens, like TikTok, Twitter.
mm-hmm,
These are allegations. Let's calm down. And then
mm-hmm.
those extra three came out. Okay, well maybe it's right. Yeah. Don't defend your mid-ass kicker. I mean, this dude's a sicko.
Bro. Is that why he was trashed this season?
It could have been. If you look in there were people that were saying this years ago. They would like throw something in there. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, like he's like the all American, all model." And they'd be like, "Yeah, if you only knew, blah blah blah."
Word.
Yeah, there were like random people that would say stuff under comments.
What?
I'm like, "How do you know?" Like they knew, and this was like 2021, 2022. And this had to have been building. So maybe this is why he was bad this year. He knew it was going to come out. Maybe he had been dealing with it behind the scenes, trying to hush him, and they were like, "Nah, we're going to get you."
Had to be. That brother had no focus.
There's no way you just fall off a cliff as a kicker because
no, for real.
Adam Vinatieri went till he was like 45
and still hit through the
uprights.
And was
still hitting through the uprights. There was no reason for him to just
shank everything.
They got to check on Jake Elliott next because somehow.
Hey, no, don't bring my kicker.
What's wrong with him this year?
No, don't bring my kicker into this.
Inside 40 yards is not automatic.
No,
but
relax. This brother was good. Like,
he's done.
You think so?
Oh, he's done. Because you got to think about it. He had such a bad year this year.
They weren't even going to move him.
No, they were going to stick with him because they were like, "We owe you that much."
How much you want to bet? Like, all right. February 5th. I'm saying this now.
Okay. He's going to be kicking?
No. Yes. If Deshaun Watson walked through everything he did and tore his joint twice, Justin Tucker will be kicking next season, week 1.
Oh.
He will be kicking. I promise you.
You know what? It's not like outlandish. Like, I'm not saying you're wrong, but like at some point, so he's either going to be kicking week 1 and we're just going to stop talking about it and they'll make their jokes, or they're going to use it as an example because they messed up on the Watson thing and be like, "You're banned for life. Get out of here."
I mean, if they really wanted to make an example, they would have took care of him as soon as these reports came out.
That's true.
So I'm going to be real. And when's the last time that anybody got disciplined?
Yeah.
Rashee Rice? Where's he right now?
These dudes get popped for minor to like halfway like decent drug infractions, and they get cooked. And then these dudes do like life-altering, sick, twisted. Someone gets unalived. I'll keep it PG on here, and they're fine. Yeah, they're okay.
Let a regular person do this.
They took Josh Gordon's career away for reefer, and you think that. Disgusting, dude. It really is. Like when you these are gonna start coming out, and if they don't do anything about that, then
no, for real. I mean, no disrespect. Look at all the stuff that was happening with all the stuff that was happening with Zeke.
Yeah.
I mean, bro got suspended 6 games,
and then that was I mean, it's crazy. I mean, and this is obviously the Ray Rice thing in the Ravens organization was 13 years ago, and they took care of that somewhat quickly. I think they kind of held on to the end because they were like, "Damn!" But you can't let them kick if it's true, and the more allegations that come out and you get evidence, then like you got it.
All right, how about this? I'll be more reasonable.
Okay.
Draft. He'll still be on the team. April. I'll give him.
I could see that. I could also tell you that if they draft a kicker in the 5th or 6th round, that there might be something coming up.
Well, I mean, I figured you would have to draft one anyways.
Yeah.
Just due to age. But so if they draft one, I won't really take it to like replacing him. It's more of like, hey, like
he's sucked this year. He's getting older.
I'm like, let's be real, bro. You sort on the back end. And, you know, the kicker is really just an insurance policy.
Yeah.
Let's keep it.
No, there's been some
we could just get one in the fridge.
Yeah.
But
and there's been some like legendary kickers, like Mason Crosby with the Packers when his time started to get up. They shut him the door. Robbie Gold.
Bro, literally. Chicago. Robbie Gold was in Chicago. Then he went to 49ers.
Yeah.
And then he was still in the Super Bowl with them.
And he was like almost like the face of the as you can be for a kicker. I mean, he was
Right.
up there, and they
Right.
were like, "No, you're getting washed. Kick him, get him out."
Right.
So yeah, with that, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I could see him. You're right. I think he could be on there until the draft, unless something else comes out before that. That's like a video of him doing something, or then I could see it definitely being.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too with Ray Rice is there was the video, which made it a little more.
Yeah, it had
concrete.
evidence. Yeah, it was more evidence.
Yeah.
So which didn't help his case. So they forced their hand in getting him out.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a trade. Let us know.
It's a trade. They keep showing that. Remember the Jamal Charles soundbite when he got up on the stage and tried, yeah, it's a trade. Kansas City Chief. You remember that from the draft?
Yeah.
I'll show. I think I have it saved somewhere, but
and Andre Wiggins and Schroeder for Butler. Get out of here.
That might be from Sentinel. There's no way that's real.
Get out of here.
Oh, it's real. It's real. On the Shams Twitter account. Jimmy Butler to the Golden State Warriors for Andrew Wiggins, Dennis Schroeder, Kyle Anderson, and a protected first-round pick. Whoa, we've never broke news on here.
Finally.
Oh, my God.
The saga is over.
It's over. And we just talked about him not really wanting to sign the extension with Golden State, so maybe something got figured out.
Thank God. Now that brother can play because real talk, the players were even tired of his.
Oh, yeah. There wasn't any coming back from it. He forced his way out.
I'm surprised Hero didn't get traded in that.
I know. Every year it's like, yeah. To break from football for a second, how do you feel about
it? So you got Steph, Jimmy,
Draymond,
Gary Payton, second. I'm trying to think. Who the hell else is on this team?
What's his name still there? Podeswick?
I don't know.
Oh shoot, I think he is, but I don't think it's a good. I mean, I don't want to say that. I don't think it's a great return for Miami, but also, what were you? Oh, there you go. Yeah, what were you gonna get for him wanting to get out of there so bad?
This sort of kind of helps. I think this is more so benefit the Heat because now they get Andrew Wiggins, Dennis Schroeder, Kyle Anderson. So now they get more facilitating, more playmaking, more shooters and defenders. So
I think Wiggins is a good piece for them to plug in there.
I mean Schroeder too. I mean because Terry Rozier was supposed to take that spot,
true.
But
it just didn't.
It just didn't fall out for him. So wow, now my phone is going off.
Yeah.
Yeah. If anything, I think this is more so. This helps Miami. I think with Golden State, I feel like you still have to get a few more pieces.
It definitely benefits Golden State a little bit. If they're in the win now mode, which they kind of have to be.
Well, it also gets them out of this hole that they're in.
Yeah. No, it elevates him, and I think he's going to be motivated to play there.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see how he and Steve Kerr mesh.
Yeah.
As far as just like the rest of the coaches, Bucks promote Josh Gizzard to the offensive coordinator. Bucks hiring Cardinals O-line Clayton Adams as OC, and Jets tab Lions. Okay, so the Jets got. Okay, never mind. I can't read. I'm sorry. Honestly, I think that's it as far as coaches, and yeah, that's really all I got. Next time we air, we will have probably more basketball because the trade deadline ends tomorrow, and we will have a Super Bowl champion.
We will. And we will talk about the game. Whatever game it might be. Hopefully it's a good one. That's all I ask out of the Super Bowl. I really do.
You're asking.
I want it to be a 41-33 slugfest, no refs.
You're asking for hella.
I am.
You asking for way too
a pipe dream, yeah.
But honestly, that's all I really got. I'm gonna be here next week, maybe.
Who knows? Also, the Royal Rumble was Sunday. I didn't watch a lot of it.
So I'm going to talk about that. So I was streaming, and he told me about it. and Jey Uso won.
Yeah.
He eliminated John Cena.
Yeah.
So now he's going to be facing
Gunther. That's the path they're going. Yeah, I know. It doesn't make a lot of
Oh my
sense.
god, this dude is still champion.
Yeah. He's
The,
had like one memorable.
the most boring title owner I've ever had the unfortunate pleasure
That
of
dude.
witnessing.
So from what I kept up with, when he was the Intercontinental Champion, it was like good match after good match, like prestigious title reign, all that
Right.
stuff. Then they put the world title on him. I think he had a match with I think Randy Orton, and it was apparently like really good.
Mhm.
And then after that, like silence.
Pete.
Yeah, that was it.
Oh.
So I don't. I mean,
and Randy lost.
yeah.
Oh my.
I don't remember what this was. I think October or something like that. It was a few months ago, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, the place, like, I will give Jey Uso credit. They go crazy for that, the Yeet thing. I mean, the up and down and Travis Scott coming out with him. So, I mean, I guess that's what they were trying to do with it, but, like...
Still can't believe they let Cody Rhodes come out to love Sosa. They've been acting mad different on Netflix.
Oh, they do. They just, yeah.
Acting, wild. It's like now you actually want to show up to a live event.
Well, they're throwing it as, like, a spectacle every time. Like, Quavo's there one week, and then Shane Gillis was there. They had Yachty there. Yeah, they're throwing everyone out there. And then Speed goes in the...
I was about to say, I show Speed guy...
Listen, I was going to say that, too.
In half.
He gets flowers for that. Because Breaker football tackled him. Not even a spear.
How you feel after... What do you mean how I feel? I'm in pain.
And it was funny, too. I was watching, I think it was yesterday. So it was just like clips from, like, he was live streaming when he was backstage talking to everyone.
Yeah.
And then, like, they kept poking. They were like, Carmelo Hayes was like, always be ready. He's like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm just back here. Like, we're hanging out. And then he goes into, like, talk to Stephanie McMahon, and then Triple H is in the corner. And it's, like, during the Rumble. And then someone got, like, hurt. And then Triple H, like, grabs him. And he's like, hey, you're in.
Hey, yeah.
He's like, no. Yeah, so they threw him out there. Yeah, and he got laid out. The whiplash and stuff, I was like, no, good for him, because a lot of people wouldn't take that.
100%.
Yeah.
Triple H was like, I kind of feel bad.
Yeah, it was like, all right, my bad.
I kind of.
But yeah, that was...
But, like, hats off to him for
taking the spear. And
100%. I mean, because bro really just got
laid out.
Got wrecked.
God.
Yeah, that's not an everyday hit.
No.
Especially for stream. And then, didn't they have a Kai Cenat out there? Well, he was at the Rumble, but they had him on a show.
Yeah, was he at...
Monday night.
I think that's what it was, yeah. And I think he did something, too. But the crowd went crazy for him. Yeah. I'm like, there's like a changing right now of like the audience, because a lot of people, like, a couple of years ago would have been like, who is this? But like, they were going crazy for him.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's smart by WWE for going after, like, streamers. Like, well, I don't know people... Why? I swear, if Mr. Beast is out there, it's a wrap.
I forgot.
It's a wrap. Yeah. If Mr. Beast, Ninja, or who else is mad popular? Anybody else? Don't be surprised if you see some of these YouTube.
Oh yeah. I mean, they turned Logan Paul into a full-time wrestler. So I mean, anything's possible. But they're targeting. I think they're trying to get the youth demographic back, like the 18-34 range, and I mean that works. So
because it went for like a time period where they were trying to bring back like the hardcore era, but then they ended up bringing like the mature audience back.
Yeah. With
some of the stuff, some of the stories, but then now they're just went full like, all right, we're trying to get everybody back.
Yeah.
Now.
They're just trying to make it cool again, and I mean, the Speed thing I saw like everywhere. It was on like ESPN's thing. It was on this. It was on that. So they're doing it right. But yeah, shout out to him because it's just crazy.
Well, so long of the days of classic wrestling.
Oh no, it's over.
Yeah,
it's a entertainment movie spectacle now.
I feel like it's like soaps mixed in with I feel like I'm watching a Twitch stream now.
Honestly, yeah.
I don't feel like I'm watching.
I mean, they're back there. Chat. Can you believe who this is? Chat, look who it is.
God. Chat, am I cooked?
Chat, am I cooked?
Yeah.
Chat, I'm in the Rumble.
Oh my God.
Wait till one of them comes out there and starts live streaming the entrance. Chat, they're on the microphone. Chat, look. I'm in the middle of the ring. I'm like, oh my God.
Bro. Well, I'm officially a boomer.
Yeah.
I'm only 30.
We hit that level.
Damn it.
A few years behind you, but yeah, I feel like that sometimes.
Well,
can't keep up with all of it.
I guess I'm just gonna start sitting outside every day and waste my life away.
Yeah, in the rocking chair.
Jesus Christ. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end the poll here. The chat voted yes for the poll. Was this a good trade for both teams long term? It was yes. Honestly, we're just gonna go ahead and sign off here. Thank you, DE. Thank you, Myles, and thank you everybody who was hanging out in the chat today. We will be back next week. We will have a Super Bowl winner. Um, I don't know. You can see my excitement and my energy level going into this game.
Yeah.
But I won't hold up you guys much longer. We'll be back next week. Have more basketball news to cover. Until then, we will see y'all next week.
See ya.
Peace.